Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck for the Genesis and Mega Drive as Donald. Here we are in Wonderland after going through the library in the last video. And while you usually have to defeat some card enemies at the start, this guy just stands here and does nothing. And if you walk up to him, this must be where I can use my new magic. Just press a button, and you'll get a bunch of card platforms. Nice. You can use these to get across the pits, but you still want to be careful. You don't want to fall in. We also have some Mad Hatter chess pieces that are popping up around here, too. The black pieces just jump in place, but the white ones will jump at you. Also, with these card soldiers, you do want to be careful not to get hit by their projectiles. The bells you can stand on, but they will slide you around once you stand on them because they will start ringing when you do stand on them. And here's the hardest set of platforms to deal with. The red cards move vertically, but the black cards move horizontally. And you want to time your jumps very, very carefully, especially if you want to get that 1-up, which I can never get. And for best results, you want to jump forward when the black cards are moving to the right. That way you get a little momentum on your jumps that boost you forward. Thankfully, this set of platforms isn't as bad. Just make sure you jump right when you reach the face of that red card there. Now, believe it or not, jumping on the dice here will give you different results depending on which one you jump on. The number 5 will take you to a bonus room, but only once. And I believe number 2 will open up the gate here, which you can only open as Donald. You can only open and enter this area as Donald. Here, we're in a bit of a hedge maze. We have plenty of stairways and floors and jumping Mad Hatter pieces. But as you go through this place, you'll realize there's another side to this. If you attack any of the Sawbirds, I guess you can call them those, you'll be able to open up a hole to the other side of the maze. You actually want to hit this guy and go through the hole that he creates, because you'll end up on the other side and you go to the right. We couldn't go here in the green version of the maze, but in the brown version we can. You want to watch out with the Jack-in-the-Boxes because they will punch you, but if you can defeat them, you can get a platform that takes you back. When you end up here in level 3, you want to go right until you can go up to level 4, then take out the Jack-in-the-Box and jump on the platform that it creates. You'll end up here. There's no other way to get to this room. You want to take out the Sawbird, and when you do, you'll get another hole. You'll end up right here. You'll need to go up to level 5, and we need to avoid getting hit. By taking this route, we can get to level 6, and then we need to take care of this Sawbird that is all the way to the left once we go up the stairs. By going into this hole, we can go all the way to the right, and when we do, we'll find the exit. Just go into the exit, you'll end up in the part where you would have ended up as Mickey. This witch will create holes. You want to jump over the holes and you don't want to fall into them, otherwise you will have a bad time. When walking forward, you want to do so a little cautiously, so that way you'll know when she drops these projectiles. Because when she drops those projectiles, that witch, she will create holes. But once you get to these stairs, you won't have to deal with her anymore. There is some candy over here, but you can walk through the wall, and you can get some cake. I don't think there's anything else you can do around here. No, there isn't. Okay, had to be sure. Anyway, let's go back through here. And you want to jump on the switch. Jumping on the switch will reveal the enemies that are behind this curtain, which is now lit up from behind. I do like the little shadow effect that you have with this. Very nifty for a game from this early in the era with the Genesis and Mega Drive. I do like that. Anyway, time to take care of these guys. You may have to hit them more than once to get rid of them. And we need to wait for the carriage to come our way before we can ride it. And you want to be on the right side of the carriage, so that way you can easily jump from one carriage to the next. I saw you coming. Yeah, there's a wish that comes from the left once you get on the stairs. Be sure not to walk off the right edge of the stairs because you will fall into the spikes below, and there's no secret over there. Anyway, jump through this chest, you'll end up on this elevator. Keep holding right. Eventually, this elevator will break. When you see the hole, be ready to jump to the right. And then continue to the right to get to the next section, which will be the last. We got more card guards. At this rate, you're better off ducking while attacking. So that way you don't have to deal with the projectiles that these card guards shoot at you once you face them. As long as you're hitting them directly with your magic cape, you can easily take these enemies down. And you also want to be careful of the stained glass too, because there'll be plenty of enemies coming in, not from the right, not just from the right rather, but also from the left, as you'll soon see. Like right there. And they'll usually be card guards, so you'll want to be careful. And while we could take the high road, if we take the low road, we get ourselves an extra life. There, you have no excuse not to get that. And you want to be careful, and you want to... Yeah, you want to make sure that you move past that part silently. That way you can see the card guards coming. You may have to hit the card guards more than once. And there's another one coming in from the left, but I was waiting for him. Alright. And if you go up here, you'll get yourself an extra hit point in case you need one. Once you go to the right, you'll face the final boss, which is Pete. Fun. You have done well so far, but your adventure ends here. You'll never defeat me. So we need to hit Pete in the head as these 6 platforms move up and down. When Pete's head moves, you know you've hit him. You also want to avoid the Pete Reaper ghosts as they move around, and you also want to make sure you don't land into the cloud pit below. The pit doesn't kill you per se. It doesn't kill you outright, but it does do damage. And once you hit Pete in the head about 7 or 8 times, you'll beat him. He's really easy if you just keep paying attention to him. And you're just able to stay on his head's level as quickly as possible. And as much as possible. Amazing! No one has ever defeated me. You are a great magician. As I promised, I'll show you my greatest trick. How to escape from my world of illusion. And with that, we immediately take the book. Well, we kind of do. Then Mickey and Donald both end up back in the real world, where they get to do their magic performance just in time. Just like when we ended the game as Mickey. Now, if you were playing as Mickey, you got a dove to come out of the magic hat. But if you play as Donald, Donald does the magic trick, not Mickey, and you get different results. Believe it or not, there are 2 different endings, and it depends on who gets the final blow in a 2-player game, I would assume, or who you beat the game as. This time it's Donald with the magic wand and not Mickey. Donald gets impatient, looks in the hat, and gets sent up into the... Gets sent straight up to the roof of the stage where he almost gets blown up by the fireworks. And of course, just like last time, you do get to see Pete's head stick out in the lower right-hand corner as the game, just before the game thanks you for playing. And with that, we have beaten World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, on the Genesis and Mega Drive with Donald. When I beat the game as Mickey, I said that this game was worth playing. It was a pretty beautiful game. Controls weren't that bad, music and sound weren't that bad, graphics weren't that bad. It's a well-made game. It doesn't exactly set the world on fire, and it's not like it's anything that's going to get like a 10 from GameSpot now, or would have gotten 10 from any place these days. Maybe a 7 or an 8 or a 9. But I still told people, hey, go get this game. You won't be disappointed. By the way, I'm playing the game as Donald later on. And it's now later on, and I played the game as Donald, and my opinion of the game still stands. Graphics are just as good as ever. You can definitely tell what everything is. They're colorful, they're clear, I love them. Graphics I don't already mention the graphics. The sound and music, just as good as ever. We knew what to expect with past Disney Sega games. This one is no different. Music and sound here are pretty good. Once again, I had no problem with the controls. It really felt like my fault whenever I died. And there is some replay value where you can play the game as either Mickey or Donald, or have a 2-player simultaneous mode where you and a friend plays both characters at the same time. And once you beat those, you've pretty much seen all the game has to offer. There's quite a bit that the game has to offer. I don't know I'll ever play the 2-player simultaneous mode of the game, but it'd be nice if I could. But I have played as Mickey, and I have played as Donald in some individual Let's Plays, and I have loved both experiences. And I'm still going to tell you to get this game, because this game is still pretty good. And once you go through the credits, you can play through the game all over again with the other character, or 2-player simultaneous if you so choose. And that will wrap it up for this game again. This has been Let's Play World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck for the Genesis and Mega Drive as Donald. Hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be somewhere in between, who knows. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!